energy drink once, but now it's mine. My energy drink. I have pilfered it. So one of the joys of being married is that you get to take your spouse's stuff and you make it your own. So this was her energy drink, and now it's mine. And you know what? Sharing. That's what marriage is all about. But with that being said, welcome everyone to session 2 of Thousand Year Vampire, a short series of the Thousand Year Vampire solo RPG run by myself and my lovely wife, Mrs. Darewolf, also known as Chelsea. Mainly just Chelsea, but I call her Mrs. Darewolf. I also called her the She-Wolf for a while, and that didn't go over very well. But it was a good time while it lasted. She was the She-Wolf in the Wolf Den for like 6 months before she realized it, but that's all good. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to have my wife introduce herself here, because I've done a great job of it, but I'm talking too much. So, darling, take it away. Who are you?
I am Chelsea.
Well played. All right, perfect. Now that we've got that out of the way, when we last left off, our intrepid vampire, he had been through some shit.
Yeah, he had a rough go of it.
Rough go of it. Like,
he had a mentor. He killed his mentor. It's been real intense stuff.
It all started with him murdering his son right off the rip. Yeah, he did murder and eat his son.
A rough time when it started.
Which was a whole thing, but. Our final cue of last session, I actually have it in the book.
Oh, did you write it down?
With the gray one, yes. Which one of the kitty cats decided to chew on, so I had to burn off the edge because it kept going to its thing. But that's okay, gives it character. So our last prompt, it was a enemy character used a lost resource to turn your few friends against you. We either had to check 3 skills to regain that resource, or we lost a resource.
And barely survived.
Which is what we chose. And then we fled across the English Strait, the channel. We fled across, I believe we're going to France, is where we decided we're going to head off to. I believe we're deciding to head off to France, which is totally cool. So, our last entry here was, let's see here. For exposing his lies, Domitilla exposes my greatest shame. For that, I kill him with my father's spear and flee back to the lands of my mortal forefathers in 720 AD. So I guess our first step here is just to roll for the next prompt.
Yeah,
right?
We'll see where we're going.
All right, we're gonna make a roll here.
See what kind of horrible crap we do next.
7. We're going 7 forward. So I believe 21. That's 21. Actually the highest number I think we've gotten.
Yeah, that's the furthest back in the book.
Holy
we've gone.
It's almost the max you can get. The max you can get is 9. So
wow.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, you are trapped outside when the sun rises and take shelter someplace you are not supposed to be. A child discovers and befriends you. Create a mortal child character and record a humanizing experience.
Whoa.
We're not murdering someone right off the rip this time.
Okay, that's actually like...
Okay, so where are we...
That's kind of cool.
Where did we go where we were not supposed to be?
These are the questions that we all have for each other. So we had to go somewhere?
Yeah, so, the sun is rising and we take shelter somewhere we're not supposed to be.
Huh.
A child discovers and befriends us.
Alright, so we need to create a more... Do we want to do the place first?
I would say do the place and we can make the child after.
So what should we do this under?
What kind of,
I feel like this is going to be like a humanizing experience. So
that's
like
what it specifically says. Record a humanizing experience.
So year is 460. So I think this should go under the memory about who he is. So maybe this is him remembering like I'm Edric Wolfson. Like it's him remembering. Maybe he has a vampire name now, and like this is him remembering that like his humanity, right? Because it's a humanizing experience, which is what it says.
Wow, I wonder if he's the kind of person that just goes by the name Wolf.
I mean, who would do that? Definitely some fucking loser. With no friends, and the people hate him. Fuck you. Fuck you, Chelsea. All right, so experience 2. So where does he hide? I'm thinking...
What do you have? I don't know, maybe... Were there schools? Maybe that's how he learned how to read.
Ooh, maybe he, like, does it in a, like a monastery.
That's also an option.
How about like a French monastery?
And it could all come back around because he murdered all those monks back in the day.
French monastery. I am almost consumed by the sun, but find shelter in a Franken. Is that what is it? In Franken? Like, is that the
I would
French
just say
thing?
French.
Oh, I was gonna say Frankenmuth. Is that the thing? that how that works? Franken?
Oh, you made your
Frenchen?
text so tiny.
No, I can make it big again. Don't worry, it'll get fixed. We'll make it bigger. It's a work in progress. All right, and find shelter in a French monastery.
Or just say any monastery. It doesn't necessarily have to be French.
In a monastery. I don't think that's how you spell monastery. You spell this is the worst part. You should be typing. Monastery. Not a good speller. That's okay. Find shelter in a monastery. Okay.
So would this remind him? Does he remember, or did we forget that memory of murderers? He has the first raid is in a stone building. The memory too. So does it maybe remind him of that, and he comes across the child and is like, "Oh shoot."
Well, are we putting it under his first raid, or are we?
Well, I would say put it under there, but that doesn't mean he can't reference another memory, can he?
I think he can reference it.
I would think so.
Okay, find shelter in a monastery.
You could say not that different from my first. From his last raid, right? Because he get injured.
No, he did not get injured.
Oh no, he got injured later on.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like it reminds. So here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out. All right, just hear me out on this one. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking deeply.
Okay.
I'm still thinking. I'm pondering.
You're not so great at that.
I'm gonna make this thing a little bit bigger. They wanted to like shrink our screen. Widen it. Oh, there we go. All right, perfect. Okay, cool.
Okay,
all right,
so back to the thinking.
Back to the thinking. So I find shelter in a monastery. I think we should focus mostly on this memory about. So I find shelter in the monastery.
I would say not all that different.
A young boy who reminds me of my son.
Oh.
Something along those lines.
Maybe that's what humanizes him.
Yes.
Remembering what it was like to have a son back before he murdered him.
What I could say, a young boy befriends me and reminds me of my humanity.
I would say, well, you could even say like, maybe normally he would kill this young boy, but because he reminds him of his son, he does not.
A young acolyte, young boy befriends me, reminds me of my lost son. I befriend him.
I would say, because of this, I choose not to kill him and instead make him my friend.
Do not kill him, and instead friend him.
Not a good time.
He's just a kitty. Friend F-R-I-N-D. That's how you. Perfect. Okay.
That's how words work.
I'm gonna do a little bit of maneuvering around. It's totally. This. I think your post-its are down here. They're right here. I think there was an open case right there. Boom. You got it? Cool. All right, we're getting our tools and equipment, as it were. We've just gotten our tools and equipment.
Getting our lives back together.
Yeah, we're getting our lives back together. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got that. So that's good. And then, what do we want to name this character? Like, who is this person?
I don't know. What's a good French name for?
Like a good French name. French 700 AD French names.
Just name him Marius after.
Marius? Medieval French names. Any gender. Let's go male. We want to go male or female? Probably male.
Oh, we just said it's a boy because he reminds us of our dead son. So that'd be weird if it was a girl.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened, but.
How about Jahan?
No, because you're not gonna remember how to pronounce that.
I can say Jahan.
What about just Piers?
Or
Roland?
Roland? I like Roland. Roland sounds good. That rolls off the tongue. Got him. All right. Roland, a young monk.
No, acolyte. You know how to spell that?
Nope.
ACOLYT.
Light and friend. Okay, so he's got a friend named Roland, a young boy who befriends him, and they hang out and maybe go on some adventures. I kind of like that. I like that a lot, actually. Okay, so that was genuinely not a bad thing.
Not a horrible way to start.
He's had a lot of really bad experiences, and that one was actually pretty okay. I kind of like that. I like that was a thing. I'm gonna move over. Gotta lean in slightly. we're cut off. There we go. You gotta
Right.
act like you
zoom
care
out.
about me. I don't think I could actually. I could mess around with this slightly. What if I did like one of these maybe? And then like one of these maybe? I don't know. I don't know.
I think we're just gonna have to make it work.
I think I'm jacking it up. Let me just do
You're
this.
making it worse.
I've made it worse. Oh, I'm so good at this. There it is. Okay, cool. Super professional game master, everyone. Super professional Twitch streamer. Right,
so
good.
now we roll the dice.
Yeah, now we gotta roll the dice again.
The not dice, computer dice.
We do the not dice. We do the virtual dice. -2. Let's do it.
19.
Where are we going?
19.
Probably stick with this. What do we got here?
2 friendly characters become embroiled in an internecine.
What does that mean? I don't know what that.
Google
word
that
means.
one. Google it.
How do you spell it?
INTERNECINE.
Internecine. Destructive to both sides in a conflict. Wow, I didn't know that was a word.
Huh.
So 2 friendly characters become embroiled in an internecine conflict. Become involved and check a skill. Create up to 2 characters if needed. How do you profit? Gain a resource.
So we need to create at least 1 more character. Roland's got a beef with someone.
Okay. Okay.
So at some point we get another buddy besides Roland, and they have a beef, and we have to become involved and check its skill, and then we profit.
Oh.
Step 1, make friends. Step 2.
So, crazy idea, and I want you to hear me out.
What?
You remember how our old buddy,
Domitilla
said, "Hey, remember like how you killed your son? You could have turned him into a vampire. What if it's Roland getting in a conflict with? It's supposed to be 2 friendly characters, right?
Or just 2 friendly characters.
So what if like the monks of the monastery have also like maybe there's like a high priest, right? Like the father, okay? What if he's befriended the vampires? Well, he understands what he is, but he seeks to like maybe reform our vampire. He seeks to maybe find a way to cure him of his curse, right? But Roland's like, it's not a curse. This is a blessing from God. I want to become a vampire too, so that I can live forever and spread the word of our Lord, the creatures of the night. Then the high priest is like, no, that's terrible. Like, gotta fix it. And the way that we become involved is that we turn Roland. Which
that's an option.
severs Roland's connection to the
monastery. Other option is we can get one of our children of Bergwenta that's not happy about, this interloper.
Okay. That's fine.
You like your idea better?
I don't care. We can do either idea. It's all good. What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. We
got to create another friendly character here.
Yeah, who do we want to make our friendly character?
Yeah.
Do you want to turn Roland as the ultimate?
I just feel like that plays into the whole, like, Domitilla saying thing that you had mentioned. Like, Domitilla, like, you could have just turned him, you idiot. You let your son die for no reason. Like, you could have had your son forever, and instead you brutally murdered him.
We did the exact opposite. We had our son for less. Dang. For none.
We had no son. We killed our son. He's dead son.
This could be son 2.0.
D-son. We got D-sunned. That's it, where? Oh, man. Okay, so we need another friend. Do you want it to be a child of
I don't...
Bergwenta?
Well, I was thinking if it's a child of Bergwenta, we're going to turn our new son 2.0.
Okay.
Maybe the child of Bergwenta is kind of upset about the fact that they're not going to get turned.
They're not going to get turned. Ooh, I like that. I actually like that a lot. So
this could be like, not necessarily a child. Maybe they're an adult, but...
we need a good, like, Anglo-Saxon name. 700 Anglo...
You're missing an L. That's just Anglo-Saxon.
No, it's not. I made it right. Names. It should be like one of the leaders of like the children of Bergwenta. Yeah. Names. Let's see here. What do we got? We did a good like Anglo-Saxon name.
We're gonna gain a resource. So. Yeah.
How about
either that or Edwig?
Edwig?
Oh.
Edwig. I like that. Let's go Edwig. Edwig. And what should we call him? Like leader? Chief.
Well, he with
Big boss man.
the chief servitor
Yes.
of Vergüenta.
The chief servitor of COB. The Cobb.
The
Of
Cobb.
Chief servitor of the Cobb. All right, so we need to create a. So we're going to create a memory here, or experience.
It says no. It just says two friendly characters become embroiled in a conflict, become involved, and check a skill. Create up to 2 characters if needed. How do you profit? Gain a resource. I don't know if we do we have to do a
I don't know if we've been doing this wrong. I don't know if we're supposed to create memories, experiences, unless it tells us to create an experience.
well, it gives us a spot to write a prompt, so
I think we're supposed to. Like,
I feel like we're supposed to.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Well, let's just keep on.
I'm gonna stick with like the method we've been doing it because I also
So,
like
but
that method.
we're gonna have to check a skill. What skill are we gonna check?
Recruitment.
That's true. Vampire recruitment.
Like that just makes sense.
Plays right into it.
Plays perfect. Anyway, blood.
You didn't practice your.
Look at that. That's perfect. It's a good check mark. That's even better than these. They all have character. Unlike you. Got her. Got her good.
Okay, and we're gonna gain a resource.
Call me crazy. Vampire spawn.
Did you say that's a resource?
I'd say like
the children are.
But here's the thing. Okay, maybe not that.
Let's just go.
How
Vampire Son 2.0.
Hey, what if he turns the guy? Turns Roland into a vampire. So we have to make Roland a young acolyte and friend.
Now vampire.
Vampire. Okay. Vampire. Okay. Young friend and vampire. What if the resource we gain is the monastery? Roland and us go back to the monastery after he's turned, and we kill everybody. We eat everybody.
That's an option.
You like that?
Dinner for days.
So we gain French monastery. I don't know how to spell monastery.
You literally just Googled it for the other one.
No, I didn't. I don't know how to spell monastery. Where is it?
M-O-N.
No, hold on. M-O-N-S-T-E-R-Y. I got it. That's not right. I fucked it up real bad. I'm so bad at spelling. Like it's literally the worst thing for me. It's why I love spell check. All right, cool. All right, so French monastery, perfect.
Okay, so where do we want to put this memory?
Honestly, because I think we're leading into the whole like him murdering a bunch of people.
Yeah, murder is
with his murder next, right? Which is his MO. I'm feeling like we should lean into his combat.
Up where he did the first raid, Memory 2?
Yes, I'm thinking Memory 2.
I mean, this is all coming full circle. One monastery
Literally,
from another.
yeah. So...
after turning Roland,
we...
Return
to the...
I mean, maybe Roland is losing his faith in this process. So they're going back to, kill the non-believers.
We return to the monastery, and I show him. Him how to feast.
There you go.
How's that sound?
That sounds good. Nice and to the point.
That's concise. That's like boom, done.
Really saving some space on that one.
Yeah, you're running out of it, so I figured I would just save a little bit of it because we're running out of space. So I just lean into that one. But okay, cool. I love that. I love that journey for our
us.
character. I love that journey for Edric. Perfect. All right, cool. And then we gained a resource. We checked vampire recruitment.
Yep.
We have Endwig. We have Roland. And perfect. So we have a friend. We have 2 friends. I love it. Love it. Woohoo!
2 friends that don't necessarily get along with each other, but yes, 2 friends.
Let's move on.
And we profited by getting a monastery and a new Sun.20.
We are at -5 again.
2.0. -5.
We have more different sun. whom I'm imagining.
We have a son at home.
I'm imagining that Edric like slips up sometimes and calls him by his son's name. Like that's what I'm imagining in my head canon.
That's rough. That's rough.
That's
I mean, he
super
is
jacked
kind of
up.
losing his mind a little bit.
He's 100% losing his mind.
Okay, we're going back to prompt 14 for
That is-
round 2.
We are absolutely going back to prompt 14.
Last time we were on this one,
Wait, are we going to
we
number
had to
3?
kill a former friend. No, this is number 2.
No, we've done
I
it 2
literally
times.
just wrote that down 2 seconds ago.
We've done it 2 times already.
You weren't paying attention.
I wasn't.
Okay, so last time we were on prompt 14, we fled for our lives to France and barely survived.
If we have to kill off our only new son, I'm gonna quit. Right now. I'm done.
Well, we have Edwig. We can always
kill off Edwig.
Okay. Let's see. We were born into a time and place much different than which you find yourself now. We are living in a monastery.
That's
so
true.
yeah.
That's true.
What values must you set aside to survive in this strange world? Create an appropriate contemporary skill based on your most recent memory. What new name have we decided to adopt? We're changing our name.
Oh, we're changing our name?
Whoa!
What? Okay, so our most recent memory was murdering.
Okay, so yeah, we were born into a time and place much different than this. So I mean, we were born into Anglo-Saxon murder, and now we're in French murder.
Right, but we've been like it was a little bit more. You're starting to see, I think, during this time.
Well, before it was murder for the sake of murder and chaos and like plundering. Now it's murder for the purpose of feasting and raising our new son 2.0.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I was also
We
thinking
have a child
that
to provide for.
this is around the time where you're starting to see a lot of like I think Christianity's really taking a hold.
Yeah, because we're gonna be coming up on the Holy Roman Empire.
Holy Roman Empire versus the Roman Empire, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
The thing that exists.
That's the thing that is gonna be happening
So,
relatively soon.
I think we should take a good Christian name.
A good Christian name, a good Christian French name.
A good Christian French name, I think. Yeah, I think we should. I don't know what.
So we need a contemporary skill appropriate for call me crazy. Now that we have a monastery and our new little acolyte friend, are we gonna pretend to be some Christian monks living in a monastery?
Oh, I love it.
People who are pilgrimaging their way through paths.
I love it. We're like, come to our monastery. Let us teach you about
like
the ways.
DoorDash, but for vampire.
Our people, like the children of Bergathoa,
Bergwenta. That's why we pick easy names now.
Bergwentha. Bergthrengra. We send them out. Like they basically like bring people in, and we're like
they're gonna recruit us some new monks that are definitely not dinner.
So what should the new skill be? A contemporary skill. Proselytizing.
That's an option.
Just throwing it out there.
Can you spell it?
I mean, I can Google it. Yeah, I think that's a.
I think we are now gonna pretend to be some monks.
I think we learned how to be monks. Yeah, I like that. So we pick up proselytizing as a skill. I think makes sense.
I think that's a very good contemporary skill for this day and age.
I agree.
It fits with us having our French monastery.
That's what this. Turn the grid off. Then it won't try to lock the grid. Perfect. I fixed it.
Look at you go.
Almost like I don't know how to use Roll20. My bad. That's okay.
Okay. What values do we need to set aside to survive in this strange world? Maybe the
Do we have to cross something out?
I don't know. It says okay. It just says what values. It doesn't say necessarily what up there we have to do.
So here's the thing. So a lot of like Europe and like everything was very like wild and like it was tribal, etc. I think around this time, because like what is it, the 800s? You said Charlemagne comes in. This is when I think you're starting to see more like larger towns. And,
you're seeing like
civilization. Because like the
more of the pomp and circumstance.
Correct, and I think also the sort of like holdover.
So we have to become a little bit less gruff and like.
We have to become
wild.
more civilized.
Yeah.
We have to set aside our more savage. We're starting to become a more refined vampire. We're not quite there yet, but we have to get a little bit more refined. I like that. So
we're not just any old vampire. We're a cool vampire.
So what do we call it? So read the whole thing again.
Okay. You were born in a time and place much different than that in which you find yourself now. What values must you set aside to survive in this strange world? Create an appropriate contemporary skill based on your most recent memory. What new name have you recently adopted? So we
need a
have
new
to find
name.
a new name.
So I think we should put
So
this
I would
one
say
under
I would Google
this.
medieval either Christian names or French names, and we can pick the most Christian of the French.
All right. Medieval good Christian names.
Good one that'll trick all the people.
How about Andreas?
That's an option. Here, scroll down to the.
E's?
Are there any good E names so we can stick with what we've got? Because we were Edric.
How about Elliot? Can you like?
I would say maybe Elias.
Oh, I like Elias.
With the Y.
Elias. Ooh, so we go with Elias.
Do we need a new last name?
So we have a new name. Do we want a new last name? So we're gonna go Elias.
Okay. And then, I feel like we need a slightly less
Saxon name.
Yeah. We can't give ourselves away. So maybe search
French surnames.
Yeah.
From 8. All right. French heritage surnames. So many cool things I'm learning about history.
Might want to try that next.
Ooh. Maybe we're in Mentz. Oh, let's see here. Chenery, Bernard, Allaire, Ace. Her name's Elyas Ace. Vampire detective.
Elyas Allaire.
Ooh, Elyas Allaire. That really
It rolls off the tongue.
I love it. I'm good with it if you are.
I'd join a cult for Elyas Allaire.
You know, I'm joining Elyas Allaire's cult. I kind of love it.
Okay, so we're going to. Where do you want to put this memory?
I
or this
feel
experience?
like it should go under the one where he murdered everybody.
You think the murder?
Because it says it should be based off this, so I feel like it should go here, and then something along as the years go on, I realize I must adapt to the new times.
Or you could even say Roland and I decide to adapt to the times, posing as monks in the monastery. And letting our prey come to us. I decide to go by a new name. ... Elyas Allaire.
Skadoosh.
Damn, we have a new identity. Edward Cullen's got nothing on us.
Edward Cullen has nothing. Roland and I adapt to the changing times. We take on the guises of monks. I take a new modern name, Elyas Allaire. Dun dun dun! Elyas Allaire. Let me change this guy's name to Elyas Allaire. I love it. I love everything about it. All right. Ooh, we got a little kitten here. Show the kitten to the stream. All 2 people watching. Hi, Umbral. I'm glad you're here. Looking forward to tomorrow. It'll be fun. You're good people. All right. We got this little kitten. Little fluffy. Look at his little face.
He's a good boy.
We're going to eat him, turn him like a vampire. That's not a thing that happens. All right. Perfect. So we've done our memory. We did that. Perfect.
So what year do you think it is now?
I think this all happens pretty quickly.
Do you think this is happening pretty quick?
I think this all happens in the 720s.
Okay.
He does this, he kills the monks, he realizes, all right.
I feel like we're probably about maybe 740s, 750s at this point.
I think so. Okay, 740s, 50s. I'm good with that. So we're at 740s, 750s. What I can do is for that one, the year is 750 AD. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me. Okay. Do you want to roll it at the dice?
I can definitely roll the RNG. 4 plus 4.
Plus 4. 18.
Done. Destroyed everything. Look at it.
Hey, this is a page we have not been to yet. You've fed too long in one place.
That actually plays
It's
really
all
well.
coming together. Okay, we have fed too long in one place, destroying a community or a social group. Who were they? How did the last community member die? Gain a scavenged resource, but lose a resource. So we're gonna lose our French
We're gonna
monastery.
lose the French monastery. Yeah, no, for
so
sure.
we
Straight up.
decimated the local French population of Christians.
Yes. Yes, and we realized like we cannot continue.
Like we got to move on because people are gonna realize Roland can't stay 9 years old forever.
Oh no, that's right. We turned him just like an interview. He's a boy. We turned him. That's so messed up.
It's definitely messed up. I think
So
our
up.
son 2.0 is gonna resent us for this.
Oh yeah, he's be like, I'll never grow old. I'll never get bigger. I'll just be hungry all the time. I hate you. You've turned me into a monster.
Yep. We're gonna have some real family therapy coming
I
up.
want to die. Oh God.
What have we done?
I hate everything. It's so sad.
Maybe we should have turned Hedwig after all.
Maybe not. We waited for him to grow up. All right. So, yeah, maybe Roland should have been turned. So read that one to me again.
Okay. You have fed too long in one place, destroying a community or a social group. Who were they? How did the last community member die? Gain a scavenged resource, lose a resource. Are we near the coast, maybe?
Yeah.
I would maybe just Google like medieval French map, and we can pick something off of that. I think that may work better. Oh, you.
Yeah, we already established that I don't spell. Images. We're going to images. Pull this up. Oh, here we go. France. All right, what do we got here? How about Remes? Like right across the way. Oh no, let's go up to. Actually, right, it's kind of inland. Rehemes?
Let's go with one we can pronounce.
Remes. R-H-E-M.
What's that one right above the eye stalk?
What?
That one. What's that?
One says Depe. D-E-P-P-E. Depe. Depe.
Let's go with that one.
Yes. We destroy the town of Depe. All right. So
I would say okay, where do we want to stick this memory?
I'm thinking
down
here.
below where we murdered Donatella?
Yeah, this one here, because it's us. It's our
destruction.
Like, their destructive nature is tying in, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So E3.
So what, over the years, over the decade, over how long does it take us to decimate this town?
How about, so we're in 750. How about another like 20 years, like 770?
Okay, then we're getting really into Charlemagne. I would say over the next two
decades.
Roland
and I decimate the
town of Cupid
and its town and its people.
And then we have to say how we killed the last person. Who was the last one?
What was it called again? Depe and its people. The last
to fall was.
Last to fall is an old woman.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Last to fall is an old woman. So frail. I'm thinking so frail that
frail that our act was mercy.
Yeah,
we
so
put her out of her
frail,
mercy.
Old woman, so frail. Or
I would say so frail. Our visit was a mercy.
I love it.
Okay, and Okay, so then we're gonna lose our French monastery, and
Yep.
we're gonna gain a scavenged resource. What are we gaining?
Scab.
Yeah, so it's not.
So we did murder a whole town. What if we gain all their money? Like it maybe wasn't a rich town, but we have a small fortune now because we literally murdered everybody, and so like any gold, any loot, any
That's true,
supplies.
and we can take all the golden shit from the monastery.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, just small fortune.
Small fortune, Fortune. Fortune. Right. Fortune. Yeah, I did spell it right. Fortune.
Look
Small
at you
fortune.
go.
Perfect. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. All right. So this is going well.
Yeah, we're getting our memories are pretty full.
Our memories are very full. Run out of space. Fine. I mean, what a problem to have. All right. So I like this so far. Let's go.
Where do we want to go next? Where are we? Are we gonna head to the big city?
Are we going to Paris?
Do we want to go to the big city, or do we want to go to the little countryside?
Does it say? Do we have to
Do
decide
we go
where
to
we're
the
going?
Swiss Alps? I don't know. I'm just
Doesn't
assuming
say.
that if we're
I
leaving,
mean, our next prompt will have to be
if we're
somewhere
leaving
else.
this place, there's gonna be no people unless we killed them all.
Okay. Well, let's roll our next thing and see where we go.
Okay. See where.
4. Another
where it
plus
works
4.
out. Plus 4.
Elyas Allaire. His children of Bergwentha.
Bergwen.
That's what I said. Old Bergie. Just like Fergie, but old and Anglo-Saxon.
Okay. Page 22. Create a mortal character. Ooh. You have shaped them from infancy to be exactly what you want. Lose a resource. So maybe we took a small child with us. We were like, you know what? We fucked up with Roland. We turned him too soon.
You know what?
This time we're going to raise the kid, turn them when they're an adult.
You know what? I have a thing here. I have an idea.
Or maybe it's a child of Bergwenta.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. And I got some thoughts and ideas I'm going to run by. Obviously, I want to get your thoughts and ideas. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we lose the vampire tone. Hear me out.
Okay.
We raise them from a small child from the children of Bergwenta, and we teach them all about vampire society, how it works.
I feel like at this point, like, yeah, we learned how to read. We read the book.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need the book because it's all up here
it's all up here in the brain
goes.
pan. It's all up here in the brain pan, right? It's all up here in your brain pan.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is that we take a vampire tome, we teach him all about it. And what I'm also thinking is that we give ourselves a diary. So one of the things you can do is you can put memories into a diary. So we're getting kind of full on the memories. I'm thinking we take...
Is that something that's in this book?
Yes, that
where
is
we
one
can
of the
get
rules.
A diary?
We can get a diary. You can put memories into a diary, especially
so even though we lose them, we still have them?
As long as we keep the diary, but then you can cross off the diary at some point. You only have one diary at a time, all right? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say we're going
to get rid of the vampire tome. We're giving it to the small child.
Yes.
Who needs school? Have a vampire book.
Here's a vampire book. And then we need a name for this child.
Okay, what kind of name are we going to give to this small child that we have more than likely kidnapped /
okay,
coerce the parents?
Hear me out. Hear me out. We name him after our fallen son.
What was our fallen son's name? Maybe we can do some...
Our fallen son's name was Hubert.
Hubert?
Yep. Hubbert, as I say. Hubbert.
I feel like that's...
my mortal adopted son.
I feel like you should put in parentheses, Hubbert 2.0.
Boom. I love that.
Because this is now our second adopted son.
What I'm thinking is that we put memory 4 into a diary. Okay. We pocket this one. All right.
What all do we have on that one?
This is all about like fighting.
Oh yeah, that was us having a wife. And having
some children.
Our son that we definitely killed.
So I think it's a good one to be like, I want to forget about the past.
And that's how we got the daughter.
Yes.
So I think that's a good thing to stick in the diary.
Yes. My diary.
Look at us. We came from not knowing how to read.
A diary.
And now we have a diary.
I have a son. All right, so we're going to take this memory. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shrink it. I'll make it small.
So tiny.
We're just going to pop it over there. And if we need to see it, I can make it big again.
Well,
we'll do. But this is now in...
modern technology.
This is in this thing right here.
The diary. Yes. Oh, it's so tiny.
Very tiny. I can make it a little bit bigger.
No, I mean the diary area.
Oh, it's very tiny. Yeah.
They don't give you a lot to work
I don't give you a lot to work with. But I put that in the diary.
with. Okay.
And I think we should create a new memory.
Okay.
What are you thinking? Thinking this here, erase this.
So a new memory.
Memory 4. 4. I remember some of my humanity and take a mortal boy as my son.
And then should we outline our plan? I will.
One. I raise
young Hubert
young Hubert
to know the ways of the vampire,
to know the ways of the vampire,
but will not turn him.
Will not turn him till he is a man. He acts as my eyes and ears in the daytime, while I slumber.
In the light of day.
Light of day. Day while I slumber.
So.
MBR. How's that?
I like it.
I like it too.
Why is it?
Because it auto defaulted to the last size that I had. Boom. I remember some of my humanity and take a mortal boy as my son. I raise young Hubert to know the ways of the vampire, but will not turn him until he is a man. He acts as my eyes and ears in the light of day while I slumber.
Okay.
How's that sound?
I like that.
I like that too. Perfect. All right, we got some people. I think
we got some real trauma.
I think Edwig's probably like dead now. It's been a while, so I'm gonna just cross him off. I'm gonna cross him off for now because he's probably gone.
Yep.
Like that.
So now we have.
Yep. We got
Son 2.0 and actual Son 2.0.
All right, perfect. Excellent. All right, let's us move on to our next prompt. -1.
-1. Ooh, we've been on this page before.
Oh.
Last time we were on page 21, we met Roland.
Is that when we met Roland?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Okay, talk to me.
Okay. So the child, Roland, teaches you to appreciate the world again. You see things, you smile, create a skill based on a pleasant memory.
Aw, that's
Roland,
not bad.
he's not totally angsty at us and hating us for being perpetually 9.
I think what it is since Roland was turned as a child, he acts as a child. He is a child. What's the
You think he's just mentally stunted as a child?
I think he's mentally stunted
you don't
as
think
a child.
He'll ever...
So as we feast and we get hungry, like I think there are moments where he just wants to play. Like he just wants to play a game, he wants to play hide and seek or something like that. Like as we are slowly starting to kind of build this empire, like we have this small fortune, we've been traveling around. We have now an adopted son. I think
we have our own little dysfunctional family.
We have our own little dysfunctional family. Maybe there is a moment where...
Or maybe it's...
Yeah, go ahead. We're gaining a skill?
Maybe it's Roland and helping like Hubert. Like maybe they're little friends. He's 9 years old.
Yeah.
Hubert can be like 9 years old. Like they can be good buddies.
Me too.
You could say something like...
Though I fear conflict.
Well, I would...
Between my 2 sons. I find...
That Roland dotes.
I find Roland.
D-O-T-E-S.
Dotes on Bert.
And often will play.
And often will play with him when I am otherwise occupied. And then we have to gain a...
create a skill based on a pleasant memory. So what kind of skill are we gaining on this?
Temperance.
Patience?
Gains temperance and patience. I think our character has been very like...
You think this has been a trying time for him, having 2 sons?
Well, I think for most of his life...
You're gonna have the dots in it.
I think for most of our life, most of his life, he's been very like He's been very like rushing, going from place to place. It's all been about feeding and building up. Like he's got his children. He's been running around. He's
So
been
I don't know if
crazy.
temperance is necessarily
Okay.
best word then.
Quality of moderation or self-restraint.
That's like
You want to
like
just
you're
say?
holding yourself back from
Do you
something.
want to just say patience?
Like he gets the ability to enjoy the small thing.
How would you want to say that? Enjoy the small thing. Is there a word for that? That's not an actual word. Word. We call it synonyms and antonyms for enjoying the little things. Achievement fulfillment. Achieve fulfillment. Let's see here. Enjoy life's immediate composure.
That's it. Not a bad.
Maybe? Like he was a warrior, he was a savage for a long time.
Contentment?
Oh, he
Contentment?
learns to be contented. And
Contentment.
he learns contentment. He learns to just be in the
moment. Yeah.
versus like running
He's
from place to place.
enjoying
He learns to slow down and be in the moment, which I love.
Sun 3.0 growing up? Because technically there was
he has
Hubert the
3.0.
first.
Yes.
Then there was Roland 2.0. So now
yes.
Hubert the second is Sun 3.0.
You know what? Everything's actually turning up good for.
This is a good session.
Last
time was a lot of murder.
Elias changed his name. Everything's coming up Elias these days. Everything's coming up
Elyas Allaire.
I love it. So I think
he's a real family man.
We're at what 770. Like I think we're still like in the like 780s right now, right? Like we pick him up in the 780s.
Well, so 750 was when we changed our name. For 20 years we did the murders.
Yep.
So this is probably about another 10 years if Hubert's old enough to play with
the year is
so probably about 70, 780.
780. I like that. The year is 780. Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
And then roll again?
Yep, let's roll some dice.
Let's roll again. -1. And the number it wants. We're going back to a page we've been to, or is this?
It looks like it's a one.
Ooh.
Page 20.
Uh-oh.
Svansig. There's a great shift in the way society moves goods. How does this work to your advantage? Check a skill. Create a skill based on a memory.
Huh.
So...
Okay.
There's a change in the way goods are being transported.
What was invented in like the 800s? What was invented in the like 800 early or late 700s?
Well, maybe so Charlemagne is coming to power.
Okay.
So maybe there's like, some kind of centralized economy for France.
Oh.
So like maybe it's not necessarily that like there's a shift in the way that the society moves goods, but the fact that it's moving goods in general.
Okay.
So like, if the Holy Roman Empire is gonna start to unify everybody under, Christianity, all of a sudden everyone's trading with each other.
He has all these Christian artifacts.
He does. Now are we gonna become
mercantile?
Yeah.
He learns like the skill should be like he learns like.
So maybe we should check our seafaring and.
Yes.
And
Or check seafaring.
And we're gonna create a skill based on a memory. So maybe we decide to travel and sell some of our goods, or maybe we're gonna go to Rome.
Love it.
Or even where was Charlemagne based?
It's the Holy Roman Empire. Father of the Holy Roman Empire, Charlemagne. Charlemagne. I swore an oath. An oath to Charlemagne. I swore an oath. That's what I did.
Okay, so he was in Aachen.
Yeah.
So maybe we should go there and sell him some of our artifacts.
I love it.
That we have definitely not murdered people to steal.
So let's do this. Let's grab this memory.
Maybe put it on the second page.
Move this memory down to here. I'm going to note that it's in our diary. Down like in diary. Okay. All right. And then let's create a new memory, I'm thinking.
Yeah, we're going to become some merchants.
So...
how many memories do we get total?
5 total. We can only do 5 memories. Copy. Miss Luna is right in front of the screen. He's being such a kitty.
You are. No one wants little
5,
kitty tail. Only your kitty.
5. When does he take power?
He is
768 to 774.
that's
And the emperor of the Romans from 800.
So yeah, so he was already a king of the Franks.
Damn.
And then he becomes the emperor of the Romans.
Emperor Charlemagne
Is a pious man.
is a pious.
Pious.
Pious man. He sends out a call for any and all
Artifact?
Christian. Oh, I can spell Christian.
No,
Right?
you have to capitalize.
Christian.
You have
And-
difficult. My sons and I set out.
So that's the memory. Like he's
Oh, great, right, okay.
Yep. So that would be the memory. That's the memory is like this is what I remember, and
Yeah,
then
'cause the memory is-
experience.
Okay, so now we're doing an experience.
Yeah.
It will be my sons and I set out for action.
And I set up for
AACH.
AACH
Yeah.
N to sell the
To sell our
our decades of
trinklets.
of treasures, trinkets and baubles.
Gizmos and gadgets.
Decades worth of trinkets. TRINK. Trinket. I think it is. RIN. It is TRINKETS. Oh, it just doesn't like it because it's not a normal world. Trinkets. And we're gaining a
We are
skill.
we're on 20. We're creating a skill based on memory.
Okay. Trinkets. We amass a great fortune from small one.
I would say we
I learned
I wouldn't say necessarily even the fortune.
I learn the
I would say we gain a reputation.
gain
A reputation as a respected
as a
trader.
Respected and capable respected trader.
or merchant.
Merchant.
Word.
What?
Merchant and trader are the same, just two different words for it.
Oh, okay. Trader. I think we're just gonna go with the respected merchant. How's that sound? Respected merchant.
And then so
Mercantile?
merchanting.
Mercantile. Yeah, really need to trade, commerce, or commercial. I think that's a great skill to have. I think just mercantile. A lot of skills. We're like I feel like we're leveling up. I feel like we're leveling up.
We've got a family.
Like,
we got a shit ton of money.
The only way to lose
is if shit hits the
if it
fan.
tells you that you die.
Yeah.
Or if it asks you to cross something out and you don't have something to cross out. Like if you can't check something, you can cross something out instead and flavor it. If you can't cross something out, you can check something instead. And if you can't do either, then your character dies.
And we're dead.
So like we got a bunch of shit here. Like we're doing pretty good.
We're doing really good.
We're doing very good. I'm very excited. All right, let's roll again.
We're winning.
6 plus 6.
Going to 25.
25.
New world.
It's a whole new world.
Back of the book.
Getting there.
Okay. Your methods for acquiring victims are no longer effective. What has changed? Lose a resource and create a skill which describes your new feeding technique. So maybe we become too well known. We can't fly under the radar anymore. Everyone's like, oh,
People notice that wherever we are, murders start to happen. People start to disappear. So like it's almost like the mercantile.
we can't
we're
fly,
losing
we
a
can't
skill
fly
or
under
a
the radar
resource.
anymore. Lose a resource and create a skill.
I think we're gonna lose small fortune.
We're gonna lose our small
I think we
fortune.
lose our small fortune because we have to like give up our reputation for being merchants, and we have to like stop doing that because
Or they're gonna start wondering, like, hey, where are you getting all these fancy artifacts that you're selling us?
yeah,
Pretty sure this
pretty
this
sure I
fancy cross was last seen in a monastery that was
brutally murdered and raided.
brutally murdered and left abandoned, and no one knows where anything went. So, how did you get it?
My
reputation precedes me, and people now notice where I go and the bodies that
how do you
follow.
proceed? PRO
No,
B
seed, CEDES.
precedes me. And so read the thing again.
Okay. So I would say my reputation precedes me and people notice where I go and the bodies that follow.
Mm,
And the bodies that follow. Okay. So the prompt is your methods for acquiring victims are no longer effective. What has changed? Lose a resource and create a skill which describes your new feeding technique.
we end our trade and leave the French countryside.
I would say, though our trades have been lucrative, we decide to leave France and the people who are determined to persecute us.
So my reputation precedes me. People notice where I go and the bodies that follow. While trade was. Wait, what did you say? It sounded awkward. Say it again. In my head, I'm listening. I'm trying to remember what you said, and it sounds weird in my head, like I didn't hear it right.
I would say our trade was lucrative.
I don't think we need to say our trade was lucrative.
That's true. I would say
we give up. We give up.
Our trade.
Our trade.
And choose to leave France and the people who want to persecute us.
And those looking for us.
I would say, well, if they're looking to persecute us.
I don't know how to spell persecute, which is why I keep avoiding the word. Spell persecute for me.
PERSECUTE.
Us. Looking to. Us. We need a new skill.
And the skill do we want?
I don't know.
Where are we gonna go? Who are we gonna murder?
We need a new skill.
A new skill that describes our feeding techniques. So far we've done the killing wherever we wanted in England, and until we found Domitilla and let him kind of do the grunt work. And then we came to France. We had the monastery and all the
and then we traveled around, and we went to Charlemagne's place. We hung out there and sold artifacts and murdered people. And then they were like, "That's."
And then we've been traveling.
I don't think we've necessarily been traveling. I think we had a lot of artifacts to sell, and we were just kind of going through our fortune. So I think we learned a skill.
We were like pulling like a Sweeney Todd, like people came in to buy our shit, and
That's
we
what
were
I'm saying.
murdering
them.
them.
We murdered like every so often we'd murder somebody, right? Like not every time. Yeah. We were smart, but I'm thinking something to do with like basically like having a hat of disguise, like something. He learns to like wear many faces, like maybe they start instead of they don't stay in one place for too long. I'm thinking
Are we gonna become more nomadic?
I think he learns how to blend in wherever they are.
Well, I mean, how much is gonna blend in? He has an eye patch.
Hear me out. I know he has an iPad, but I think he becomes a polyglot. I think he starts to learn to
What?
I think he starts to learn to pick up local dialects so that he can blend in well, stay there, get some people on his side, and then leave. Like he learns to be like a fly on the wall. Like him and his the crew, they learn to like
Okay.
travel and become like, that's what I'm thinking.
Or maybe we just learn how to like pick out scumbags that no one's really gonna care if they go missing.
Okay. So how would you describe that skill?
Um, maybe like we learned to like we kind of like go on like the seedy side of town.
How about this? An eye for the undesirable.
Yeah.
You like that? Eye for the undesirable.
Like no one's gonna care if Freddy the Pervert goes missing.
Eye for the unwanted. How's that sound? Eye for the unwanted.
Yeah.
He also has one eye.
Oh.
Right? It plays right into it. It's good.
So I would say, we got good at picking out the people that no one's gonna notice that they went missing.
I love it. Love it. Hi, Loki. We have a kitty. I'm gonna grab him. Oh, he's gonna hate it. Look at this fat boy. He's so fat. Look at his little face. The little toesies. Oh, his little toesies. Oh, his little toesies.
He wanted was love.
He just wanted buzz. He's coming for you, probably.
I know.
Okay. All right, let's go and do another one.
On you.
I know. I have a kitty that hates being here. 0. Which means we do the same one again.
Okay.
So what's part 2? That's 2.
I'll do it with the other pen.
This is a cool game. I feel like this is like much better than session 1. Like for like
We're
his experiences.
Doing so much
He's
better.
gained so many good
We
things.
have so many more children.
Yes.
Last session.
Well, we started with 0.
Last session we lost children. This session we only gained.
Literally, we're at a net positive. Actually, we lost 2, but we gained 2. So like we're good.
We're doing so good.
We're even Steven.
Theoretically, we would still have a children of Bergwenta.
Yeah, they haven't left.
Yeah.
There's like a small like.
So we've got some
caravan
great
of people that hangs out with us.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I don't know
kitty.
if it's necessarily a small caravan. I would say it's like maybe like 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah. See, in my head canon, I've been imagining that we have like
a little cult that
like
follows
a little cult
us.
that follows us around, and like they have children. They like go with us. Like we.
You
have
don't
a
think
cult.
some of them stay behind every time we leave a place?
I think some do, but I think we keep more than we
have
lose.
enough?
I think so.
Okay.
If you want to lose them at some point, we can.
Okay, so we developed a skill that we can use to feed.
Yeah.
What physical labors are necessary to utilize this method? Create a simple, practical skill and strike out a memory.
Oh.
So what are we gonna do to? I would say maybe our.
We have to what a skill? Create a skill?
We have to, okay, what physical labors are necessary to utilize our eye for the undesirable? Create a simple, practical skill and strike out a memory. So I would say let's pick out a memory that we're going to get rid of.
Oh.
I would say maybe that one. This is the one I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at other, because our first one is kind of our humanity based one.
Yeah.
Our second one is where we changed our name. I would say this one.
Done.
Where
Oops.
Oh, you took the wrong one.
Okay. Do it. Skadoosh. Done.
Okay, so what have we forgotten?
Go
back down.
Oh, go back down, sorry.
So we no longer remember battling with our brothers or the guy that wounded us. We don't remember killing Domitilla.
Yeah, because we've remembered our humanity. That was like our deepest, darkest, like vampire.
That was when we were very much in the pits of everything.
Yeah.
We also don't remember killing the frail old lady as we decimated that town.
Like, we're just forgetting about that. It's like, we're just focused
we're
on
moving on.
We're moving on. We got good positive shit happening.
Life's good. We got some sons.
That's good. I like our sons.
Okay, so create a simple practical skill for
Hey, call me crazy. Stealth.
That's
just like he gets really good at just like being quiet, like stealth.
Got the sneaks.
Done. Stealth. Gain stealth. All right. Perfect.
Okay, and are we making a memory to go with this?
Absolutely, an experience. I'd say we put the experience under this.
Oh yes. Okay,
Just
so
slightly. Oh. Sweet. Feast those who
will not go miss. Will not be missed.
not go missed. Learn, blend in
Do the shadows.
with the shadow. Moving and feeding unheard.
Yeah.
Unheard and seen.
Like it.
Yeah, that's practical. Bimsky.
We were learning that a couple decades ago.
Yeah. Do you think we've turned Hubbard at this point? I think it's been like a while.
You think so?
I want to turn him into a vampire.
Okay.
Do we turn him?
I mean, I feel like at this point
Does
he
he
knows
wanna be turned?
all about it.
I
Why
think we
would he
turned him
not
into a
want to?
vampire too.
So okay, we're gonna say that Roland turned when he was about 9-ish.
Yeah. So
How old do you think we let Hubert get before we?
thinking like 20.
You think he got to be 20?
Like 21 maybe? 2021?
Well, they didn't have drinking ages.
I know, but I'm saying like an adult. Like he was an adult. Like I'm saying at least 18, but probably like 20.
Oh yeah, I would say probably 20. We gave him a solid 2 decades.
20 as a and then
Okay.
I think also like we gave him a choice and he was
Yeah.
like, "Yes, father, I want to be like you forever."
Well, obviously he wants to be
like
that.
he lets like we see a scene of us like standing in a doorway, the sun's coming through, our son's like watching this last sunset. And I was like, "You'll never see that again."
Mm.
Like, however, you will see hundreds of years like next to me.
Cool.
I love it.
Well then let's roll those dice.
Sixes. Oh, we're going
6.
up. I love all these positives.
31.
I know. Is it bad?
Oh my.
Is this good or bad?
Well, it's a good thing we turned him.
What happens?
You fall into a deep slumber for 100 years. Strike out any mortal character.
Oh, thank God!
We
Oh my
almost
God!
lost
We almost
our son
lost.
3.0.
We almost lost him. Oh my God, that would have been terrible. Although we could have had Roland turn him.
That's true. Roland could have been a bro.
So we sleep for 100 years?
We're gonna sleep for 100 years.
Holy shit.
So that would have been okay. So, what year did we get? Okay,
I'm saying that we're
it was
probably
780.
It's probably like 800.
Okay,
now.
so it was 780 when Hubert was
790?
No, it was 780 when he was 9 years old. So it was 790 when we returned him because he's 20.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're gonna.
So
sleep
now we're
basically
going
to
all
almost
the
900.
way to basically 900.
Makes it dangerous. Me and my children. Find a cave.
I would even say just
Find a place. Sleep. A place to hide and sleep. Or the year is 8.
what the heck happened in 880 AD?
I don't know. We're almost 900. Where are we? Like, where should we be?
Well, so we left. I mean,
Could be anywhere. at
we
this
could
point.
be anywhere.
We could
'cause-
literally be anywhere.
Yeah.
Do we go east? Do we go west? Do we go south? Like, do we want to leave Europe? Do we travel freaking China? I don't know. Do we go to like down to like Egypt or something? Like, where do we travel?
Oh, I don't know.
Are we? You know what? I think would be kind of cool. Let's see. Let's do middle.
You want to go to the Ottoman?
That'd be kind of cool, right? Is that the Ottoman Empire?
No, it was the Assyrians. Oh, that's a YouTube.
Oh, that is a YouTube video. Oopsie doopsie. Assyrian Empire. Eastern Empire. Oh, let's see here. Third Dynasty. No. What existed in the 800s around this area? Jerusalem? Oh. Jerusalem existed. We could, oh, the Byzantine Empire. Are we hanging out with the Byzantines?
Option.
Yeah. Byzantine Empire. Here we go. Here we go. Byzantine Empire.
It was like Greece and Turkey, Constantinople.
Ooh, are we in Constantinople? I heard it's Istanbul. It's also Constantinople.
Mm-mm.
Oh, what if we go to the island of Cyprus?
You want to go there?
Go to Cyprus.
Cyprus?
That just sounds. I just like the name Cyprus.
Okay, we can go to Cyprus.
All right.
Is that where we have our long nap?
Cyprus and sleep for 100 years. The year is 880 AD. Does that sound perfect? I love it. All right. Do you want to do one more, or do you want to leave it off with him falling asleep there? What are we thinking? Like, it's not a bad.
This is
cutoff.
not a bad spot to cut off, and that also gives us a chance to figure out what the heck
was going
happened
on in the Byzantine Empire. So we had planned to do a bunch of research this past week, and we did not do any research until 5 minutes before we started. But that's okay. That's nobody's business but the Turks. You're absolutely right, Umbral. Thank you for that, my man. That's fantastic. I think this is a good spot.
I think this is a good spot.
This was genuinely a really good, like...
We have children that are not going to die.
Children.
Unless we really fuck it up.
We have a bunch of skills. We fell asleep for a while. We had our beauty sleep. Like,
yeah,
we're in a good spot.
Oh, I'm so glad we turned Hubert when we did.
I was like, I think Hubert at this point Empire, right? Like, I think that makes sense.
Yeah. It worked out really good.
I like that. And then it's like, and you sleep for 100 years. So go ahead and mark that.
Yep, I'm going to
switch that. I was using the gray one, but the red one's fine too.
I was going to use both.
I don't care. Whichever one you want to use. Cool. Well, hey, to all two of you that showed up today, just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you're watching this on the VOD, don't forget to hit subscribe and follow, and go ahead and drop a like. We really appreciate it. And we will be back next week for session 3 of our vampire story about no longer Edmund. No longer.
It was never Edmund. It was Edric.
Edric.
Now we are Elyas Allaire.
Allaire.
Maybe we won't need to change our name again now that we're living in Constantinople.
Probably have to change our name again. I'll have to look up some good Constantinese names. But as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to wrap up today's session?
I'm really glad that we did not kill any sons this time.
I'm really glad.
I don't think we really murdered any named characters.
We didn't murder any named characters.
We are doing so good.
We had one die off of old age.
We are winning.
But we're winning. Like, I don't know if you can win this game, but I feel like we're winning. Like, this was a winning episode, which dictates that next episode, everything's
gonna be real bad. Roland's gonna hate us. All of a sudden, he's gonna resent the fact that he's 9 years old.
Hubert is 20. I will always be a child. You've turned me into a monster. I'm always hungry. It's all good. Or maybe he's just like super wise. Maybe he's like one of those old like child. There's a thing that it's called. It's like the powerful creature that's a child and it's like super wise. There's a trope for that in Japanese like anime.
We'll see what happens.
I don't know. But anyway, but as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns from the players before we wrap up today's session?
I'm good.
You're good? Also good. Well, as I always say at the end of every session, thank you so much to the players for playing. You're welcome.
You're welcome, my guy.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. And happy gaming, everybody. We'll catch you next week for session 3 of 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. And we'll see what happens to Elyas Allaire. And until then, be well, be safe. Catch you next time. Cheers.